Oh my goodness, man. Is someone playing Nelly because it is hot in here?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Today is chapter 198. I am reviewing of Full Knights of the Apocalypse, which is titled Percival vs. Diodora, where we are going to get into the meat and potatoes of the fisticuffs, the throwing of hands, the squabble even. And for our cover image, we have Percival and Diodora facing down against each other. Percival not as mad as he was before Vargas came in and dropped his Optimus Prime ass quotes. And Diodora over there, eye bags underneath his eyelids, showing that he probably hasn't slept and has been stewing in his malice for Percival this whole time, with their backgrounds being dark and light for Diodora and Percival respectively, with Diodora's darkness representing obviously his despair and hate, which is leaking into Percival's light and right around his gut area, which could maybe symbolize that, you know, Percival, that deep sort of animosity Percival does still hold deeply for Diodora. While above we see all the Percival spirits of light leaking into Diodora's darkness as well, which obviously going over his head, with him probably not wanting to settle things maturely with Percival. And yeah, we are going to get into it. And obviously we got to start off with this double spread where Capodonic, Gopher, announces that it is the final day of the Antwerp Gladiator Festival, as they'll hold the semi-final matches for Block A and B, with the final match being at the end. And obviously proposing the question, who's going to be the champion and earn both their freedom and any wish that they want, man. They got this acting like it's goddamn go to high school, bro. And Gawain announces proudly that it's obviously going to be her, and asks Balin if that's the case, with Balin saying that he's going to be cheering for her, with Tristan saying that she shouldn't expect it to be that easy for her, since he'll be fighting for victory as well. And Cheon, it even has to be labeled, Cheon is back there returning to Monkey, glazing alongside Tristan that he'll win and that he's the only one that could possibly win this. It's nice seeing this dynamic again. As much as we dislike Chi, I miss this dynamic so much. Isolde the Small is asking Isolde why is she more over here, if she would rather not just be closer to Tristan, with Isolde just saying that Tristan just has ordered her to be protected in case of an unexpected event, which obviously I think is what's slowly been building up. And look at Cheon back there, bro. He out here hitting the goddamn flight emote. Isolde the Small just not making eye contact at all. And look at these niggas, bro. They are so concerned with Cheon back there. Even Hauser as well, with Isolde just saying to the Small that she hopes that her father, that Beltrap's memories do come back for her. And Isolde the Small thanks her for that. And is obviously confused, like, why is she being so nice to me? I think we all know that Isolde, deep in her heart, wants to switch her out right there and then. But she ain't listening to that one on TikTok's advice. And all of a sudden, the fighters come out with the first fight of the semi-finals in Block A, Percival and Diodora, with both our fighters walking it out to their respective sides, with Capodonic briefly glazing breastful, talking about how dominant his latent force has been against Gareth and Mystery Package, while Diodora has quite a nightmarish ability to inflict any wound he receives on his opponent instead, with Gopher thinking that it's a real clash between dual forces of hope and despair, and Donnie just wondering if Percival can win, and Anne admitting that there's no way to know until it starts. And Nalcians, obviously ever diligent, is like, we have to believe in him at the very least. And with that, the battle is announced to begin. God damn, Gawain and Tristan are at the mouth of the arena discussing whether Percival or Diodora is the clear winner. But with Gawain stating that when it comes to physical, Percival does have the advantage, and as well as battle sense, with Tristan agreeing as he also has full circular, which Dubs made for him. But if he can't figure out how to deal with Diodora's magic, then it will just be an uphill climb. If anything, like I speculated in the previous video, it will just end up like just a loop. Percival will land a fatal blow, be inflicted onto him, may kill him. He just comes back to life because of his uniqueness as a life spirit, and it just goes around again and again and again, an infinite domino effect. But obviously Diodora bouncing back the damage will drain his magic force, Tristan adds. But yeah, Diodora opens up with Gatekeeper, summoning the two Purgatory Beasts and drawing out his sword, proposing to make it more fun. as it will be a duel to the death. But Percival just stabbing his sword into the ground is just like, you know what, nah, I ain't going forward. And literally says, and the door's like, obviously, if you mean have you lost your mind? And is wondering if Percival's giving up because he knows he can't win. And within that moment, Percival immediately closes the distance and jabs him straight in the gut, sending him flying back. But suddenly, and is like, you know, your hits really won't work. But then the door starts vomiting, with everyone wondering why that's the case. Even the door seems confused about it. He goes for a slash. Percival weaves it, decks him in the face. Oh my goodness, look at the follow through on that, bro. But again, the damage isn't reflective back on Percival, which obviously roused everyone up and is just confused with the door. Look at him on the floor like that. Why is the purgatory beast just alright? They probably sense that he's a life spirit and they're like, yeah, I'm not trying to, you know. And even the door is questioning, like, bro, what are you all doing? And they're just like, come on, yeah. It's just like ordering them to kill him. And they're just looking at him like,
Is this nigga serious?
and the door is just like, why does everyone have to abandon him? And just starts laughing, with everyone still confused on why the door's magic isn't activating. As Percival dodges an attack again, and then counters with a strike to his face. I think that's a backhand, and then another strike. And then Nassian starts to think that a certain possibility, and Donnie's just like, what? Just say it. Nassian states that when he threatened to hurt Percival and Nassian was filled with rage against him, right after that, he felt like none of his attacks worked anymore. With Gawain saying that he used an analogy before to explain that despair is really little more than a curse. And that if that's the case, Percival steps back from some wild slashes, winding up a mean right hook, and that despair only works on attacks fueled by negative emotion. And I call that is a crazy fact. And look, Percival is coming up with a left hook as well, and that with Vargas helping him toss his anger away for Diodora, right now despair isn't going to affect Percival at all. And even look at him, this nigga crying, bro. Percival standing on top of him and reaches his hand out saying that we still know nothing about each other and asks that they be friends once more. And that's where the chapter ends, which it's very sweet. It's very sweet. But I think we can all notice one big thing about this panel. I think Nakuba drew it this way on purpose. Percival is missing the VVs. The VVs are not on his finger. The ring, for y'all who are Patrick, that means you're living under a rock. And obviously, if we look at previous panels, like right here, you can see that the ring is on his finger. So Nakaba isn't one to normally miss details, small details like that. Look at the wind-up panel here. We see that the VVs is on his finger. So like I said, Nakaba makes sure to remember to put small details like this because they're important. But then after this right hook here, we see that the ring had disappeared, and obviously on his hand again, we see in these panels the ring is gone. So my guess is that when he got absolutely shattered by that right hook, Diodora might have just, you know, did something, maybe just used his cheek to slip it off. But then why did it? I don't know. I don't think it's a thing that Nakaba just misdrew it. I really don't believe that. Unless when he went spinning here, he snagged it. But then Percival's making a fist, so there's no way he wouldn't have made it. The ring broke? No way. But regardless, this was a good chapter. I feel like everyone won. The people, as few as they may have been, who didn't want Percival to do too much on Diodora, got satisfied with this, as Percival isn't really attacking Diodora out of malice. He's just, it's like a big brother disciplining their younger brother after they disrespected their parent or something. Not really out of malice, but out of necessity. And the people who wanted Percival to absolutely rain hell and wail on Diodora also got satisfied with just seeing the way, because looking at this, outside of that one gut strike, Percival pretty much just hit headshots. He pretty much just hit headshots with punches, hook, jabs, backhands. He literally just hit the head. People who wanted Diodora to actually go through it, they were satisfied with this. People who didn't want Diodora to go through too much are satisfied. and people who've been suspecting that that Dodora would try something in terms of the ring and not play fairly, they also probably got conceded with this as well. So yeah, good chapter, very cool chapter, very 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 cool. I wish I had more to say. I really don't. And it also opens up now that I think about it, that there is a weakness to despair. That obviously, if you don't attack him with any sort of negative emotions, then it won't really activate like that. But Ghidorah is a top tier rage baiter, so being able to keep your cool while fighting a nigga like this, for most people, is gonna be tough because he is just annoying, bro. Like, I'll be so for real. He is just an annoying little brother who got spoiled with most shit and is just upset that his toys got taken away. I mean, obviously, it's not as simple as that. Like, he literally lost his 2 known family members and his only friends. So, like, yeah. Will Ghidorah actually, take Percival's hand and, like, accept the friendship? Like I said, I wouldn't mind if he became a part of the crew. But I don't think it's very likely, to be honest. Especially after just getting headshot after headshot. Oh my goodness. Percival was like, even when it got to 3 in a row, like this nigga Percival was hitting a hat trick, calling Cristiano Ronaldo. Speculations on how things are gonna go. His ring's gone. Beltrap's memory is gonna flood in. It's gonna be called for an arrest, and then this is probably where the tournament is gonna fall apart. Because essentially, while it is their mission to take out Beltrap, their other main mission was to get Tristan. Like, they've essentially completed most, if not all, of their objectives on this front. So they could honestly skedaddle. Are they gonna skedaddle? Absolutely not, because why? These are the 4 knights of the goddamn apocalypse, and they stand on business. So the tournament will probably escalate, and I think at the end of the whole escalation, I think it will end up that a lot more people from Anfuin get released than intended, outside of just, the main people that the crew wanted to take with them. Because I don't see it sort of like ending. Maybe the 4 knights defeat Beltrap, or they retreat with a stalemate, this, that, or the third, whatever. What else can I say? Maybe reinforcements from Camelot come in as well, but who's to say what will happen? Who knows what Nakadar has cooking up in that goddamn kitchen of his. Obviously, everything will not be so simple and clean. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you guys are keeping yourselves hydrated in this goddamn heat. I feel like I'd have more to say if the heat wasn't melting my brain as I'm recording this. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Follow the socials. I'm drawing more now, so follow the Twitter to see the kind of drawings I'm getting up to. I'm working on a webtoon, by the way. That shit's gonna be published in maybe like a month or 2. And yeah, that's all from me. Take care. Have a good one.
You don't understand why is you doing this, bro. I haven't did shit all day, bro. And you love you no matter what, bro. I don't bro, please, bro. Why are you doing